I'm Donna Geiger. I'm running for probate judge here in Jackson County. I'm an attorney. I live right outside of Brazelton on the remainder of my family's farm. I built a house there in 2002. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background because I think we're some of all of our experiences. I'm a graduate of Winderberry High School. After high school, I enlisted in the U.S. Army for 4 years active duty. After that, I attended Texas A&M University, continued 4 years active reserve duty as a military intelligence analyst, graduated in 1992 with a Bachelor of Science degree, went to work for Fluor Corporation, which is an engineering and construction company. I worked in the oil and gas industry as a project controls engineer. That got me interested in law, all the things we dealt with. So I graduated from the University of Houston Law School. I moved home in 2002 to be near my mother and my brother and my other extended family here. I was offered a position as an attorney for King & Spalding in Atlanta. I worked in their environmental litigation section. I commuted back and forth from Brazelton to Atlanta for several years on a daily basis, and that inspired me to do private practice. So I have my own private practice here in Jackson County with a focus on elder law issues, the bulk of it being estate planning, which most of us know as wills and trusts. And thank you for attending tonight. This is a great turnout. What I have done in Jackson County is not so many formal roles. I spend a great deal of time doing pro bono work for veterans. For those of you who don't know, pro bono means you give your legal services. You do not charge for them. We have a tremendous amount of veterans in this county, and many of them are in need and have trouble getting assistance or affording assistance. Another area that I like to participate in is animal advocacy. I do a lot of fundraising for the Humane Society and contributing to that, oftentimes in kind. I participate in a lot of the charity events on our side of the county, the west side over near Brazelton. But predominantly it is the pro bono efforts that I donate to the veterans of the county. As I said in the introduction, I think we're some of all our experiences. My experience in the service, if nothing else, taught me that there are a lot of different people in the world with a lot of different family structures. It's not just how your family is set up. So I have a greater appreciation and understanding for whoever might come through the door. Having worked in industry, I understand a budget, scheduling, and staffing. And that is important these days with all the cutbacks the county has experienced. As an attorney, I have the education and I have practiced law for 10 years in the state of Georgia. And the trusts are becoming, and other annual review documents are becoming more complicated every year. Every time the State House meets, something changes. And I think I bring a bit of expertise in reviewing these documents and seeing if the people we're supposed to be protecting are being protected appropriately. Thanks. I think the top three things I would look for in any judicial position would be professional and intellectual competence. You need to know what you're doing. You need to be experienced in that and having done that for several years. Fairness and compassion top the list in the probate court. Those are values that my family taught me from an early age. We have to be compassionate for those who don't have anyone else to look out for them. And we also have to apply the law fairly. Just because we're sympathetic to them doesn't mean that they should prevail. So we have to understand the law, have understanding for people, but still apply the law fairly. And without question, one of the top three would be integrity. A judge should be beyond any question of anything they've ever done. I agree with Ms. Brooks. I don't know that there's enough interest to set up a program for it. It's certainly something that you could look into, and if it fell within the budget constraints of the office and staffing requirements, and there was enough interest in it, certainly we could do it. Probate judge here in Jackson County is a full-time position, and attorneys should not practice while serving as probate judge. As a matter of fact, it's you're not allowed to practice anything that would come into your court, and I don't see how you would have time to practice. You might do a little pro bono for somebody in another county, in another area of law, but it's a full-time position here. As everyone has mentioned, yes, thank you for turning out tonight, and thank the Chamber for their efforts in Georgia Farm Bureau. I have never run for public office before. I've never been appointed to a public office, nor has anyone in my family. I'm seeking the position of judge of probate court because I feel I could do a great job at it. There are intrinsic attributes that we look for in judges: professional and intellectual competence, as I mentioned earlier. Experience as a practicing attorney is always a good thing. Fairness and compassion, a history of public service and hard work, and integrity. I feel I possess those and have demonstrated those through my professional achievements. I hope you'll consider me, and I would appreciate your vote on July 31st. Thank you.